All right. Hello, and welcome to Coffee with Tiffany. I mean, Cement City Chatter. Woo! As you can hear, the roaring applause behind us.
Yeah.
That is just the state of Texas thanking us for the show. To my left, I've got Tim Wilkins,
Hey,
and to my right, we have a special guest.
Hi.
our guest star.
It would be Rob, but now it's Dorian.
Hi.
Is it Dorian the Mouth? Is that your nickname?
No.
What's
He's
your
the
name?
opposite of me.
Yeah, the quiet one.
Yeah.
He's pretty quiet. He has good stuff to say, though. I'll tell you what.
He has good stuff to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask
Yeah.
this kid anything about ramen or anime, and you got it.
Yeah, I'm a total weeb.
What is a weeb? What's a weeb?
A weeb is just like abbreviated for weeaboo. It's somebody who's into like Japanese culture.
But is not Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you check all those boxes.
I was just playing a Dragon Ball game before we got here.
Yep, see what I mean? See what
Yeah.
I mean? All right, so what is it? Let's start with like what's going on in the city, and we'll get back to you in a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, man, in the city. Well, tell you what, the usual things are astir. The big thing right now, the elections are coming up.
Elections.
Yep, it's all about the elections, right?
Yeah.
And in addition to the candidates running for both city council and school board, we are going to have school bonds on this election.
Oh, I forgot. They want our money again. Yep.
Is that again or still?
Ooh, no, they want a large amount of our money again.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, a lot of people don't know this, but the state of Texas, the legislature over the past decade or so has changed some of the laws surrounding school finance, and this may sound boring to some people, but basically, you pretty much have to take a bond for capital improvements.
Oh, yeah.
Now. So
Absolutely.
there's a lot of people who understandably would say, hey, live within your means, don't take out debt, that sort of thing. And while that is a perfectly reasonable stance to take about your household, there's limitations on what you can do as a school.
Well, let's just talk about that for a hot second, because okay, if you're in a household and you're growing, you control a little bit of that growth.
Yeah.
And so that means that you can press the gas on the spending or back it off, right?
Mhm.
School district doesn't really have that option. Like they can't control
Right.
who's moving in and who's not.
Right.
But then on top of that, there's other things. But carry on. You
they
have some
definitely, well, they
things.
definitely have to be more reactive.
Yeah.
And a lot of times the urge is strong to compare things like the city budget or the school budget to a household budget. And while there are some parallels that you can draw if you really simplify things, the fact is that these are really complicated issues and really require a lot of thought and consideration and wisdom, frankly, in order to create a positive atmosphere for the future. When we're deciding about things like bonds, whether it's for the city, whether it's for the school, these are decisions that affect us, 5, 10, 30 years from now.
Sometimes 50, depending the
Yeah,
bond.
yeah. And so, you look at, say, the school buildings that we have here in Midlothian. There have been a few built in the last few years. Some of them have been here. How old is Midlothian High School, like, originally? I mean, that's probably 50 years plus at this point, right?
Yeah, it's pretty old.
I mean, you're not, but
I mean, we all know that Mr. Tim is old.
it's
Yeah.
true.
If it's
It's
older
true.
than him,
Yeah, if the school building is 50, then yeah, it's my age. So, we have to make decisions that carry us forward to the future, and they're best laid out as future plans and not reactive. For example, one of the things that they're pulling bonds for, and I can be more detailed about what the bonds are for, but one of the things that they want in these bonds is to build some new schools. Okay. Now, as you can imagine, building a school doesn't happen overnight. Okay. And so if we already need the school built and we're just now starting the process of getting the money for it and that sort of thing, by the time it's actually built, it's going to be full, or it will hit full at some point. Like about 8 years ago, we built Heritage High School, and we're almost across the street from Heritage High School right now. They broke ground, I believe, 8 years ago, and they have already had to add a wing on, based on the number of kids that we have in that school. So, if we're talking about, stuff we do now has to carry us to the future, we really need to consider what's happening with the city. And of course, everybody, no matter how big the rock you live under is, knows that the number one buzzword for the city is,
it's for the kids.
Well, I was thinking growth, but yeah.
Yeah, that's thrown a lot.
For the school,
That's thrown around a lot.
Yep, and as we interview these candidates, a lot of them, the hot button that they vocalize is growth. And I know, like John, you've been here a long time. How long you been here?
Since 82.
Okay.
That's a whole long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 41 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I left for a little bit, but I was within the area.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, so like I was saying though, growth. Yes, as a family, you grow by single digit numbers.
Yeah.
We had the opportunity to talk to Dr. Bland the other day,
yesterday.
and this year alone, Midlothian has grown by an entire graduating class.
600 new enrollments.
Just this year.
Right. Now, those aren't necessarily all first grade enrollments. That is, spread across all the
district,
grades.
yeah.
And so it's going to be spread across all the schools. But these schools that we build originally they're planned around a 750 students limit. So just this year, our new enrollments have basically almost filled up an entire school. Okay.
Yeah.
And
That's a lot.
yeah, and part of the bond, part of some of the bonds are for additions to existing schools, and those specifically are moving the schools from 750 to 850. And so I believe it's 3 or 4 schools. I'll look at the notes here after a little bit, but 3 or 4 schools adding on is still only 300 or 400 students, and doesn't even account for the 1 year of enrollment.
Yeah, they said adding on wings, but one thing that I really liked about the bond so far was you mentioned that most of the time they have to be reactive. Well, they're being a little proactive because they said that they need a new high school, or they will. They don't right now,
Right.
but they will. Okay, cool. Every high school takes approximately 100 acres to build, and that's 100 contiguous acres. So not 25 here, 25 here, 25 here, but it has to all be touching. And that's not something that's just growing on trees or getting any easier to find. So they're actually going to acquire some land. They're taking the HEB concept
Yeah.
and trying to acquire some land with it. I was a strong opponent to the last bond, mainly because it's all lumped together. There was a lot of athletics in there. They did not go out and speak to a lot of people that like me who don't have a dog in the fight except for the tax dollars, right? They did not. It didn't seem like they made much of an effort. One time I sent an email in to their little question line, and 2 weeks later it said they came back and said you can find that information that you're looking for on the website. Period. No direct link, no copy paste, no nothing. I go, and it definitely was not. It still was not there.
Well, and anybody who knows you know that you're.
I already looked there.
Yeah, you started there, and you're the Google guru. So
I was
It's her
not.
dark overlord.
It is my dark overlord. Yes. No favor what you make, right, buddy? So the fact that that was the very first question I asked Dr. Bland, and he was like, bloop, here's a website.
yeah. So let me stop there and give credit where credit is due. I think both the city and the school, since we've both been here, okay, so a lot of people know we're both involved in a pretty big Facebook group, Midlothian Talk, that centers around the city and the goings on, that sort of thing. So
Do we got anything good to talk about other than I don't know, bonds and this shit like this? This is getting old. I don't want to talk about the Karen who just lost her marbles because another chicken joint was coming in town.
Oh, what about the one that was talking about the bathroom, the DQ bathroom? Did y'all see that?
No, I didn't see that. No.
Oh,
I heard about it from you.
from me because I was losing my mind. Anyway, okay, so Dairy Queen apparently had 2 bathrooms at one point. They decided to take one of the men's bathroom and convert it into employees only. Then they decided to take the women's bathroom, put a lock on the door that says occupied, the Buc-ee's lock.
Sure.
Yeah.
Vacant, occupied, and make it a family restroom.
Okay.
But they decided to leave the stalls in there. There's only 2
I was
stalls.
gonna say, is this a one-holer or what are we
It's a
talking
2-holer.
about? All right.
It's a 2-holer, but has an actual stalls in there.
Okay.
And a little old lady, I guess, maybe she's not old. She said she had a grandchild, so I'm judging her by her words, not by her face or her
You're old
age.
enough to have a grandkid.
That is disgusting. She said that her 8-year-old granddaughter didn't know to lock the door, and any pervert could have walked in there and blah, 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 blah. Okay.
That can happen anytime,
Well,
no matter whether
yes.
it's a designated bathroom or not.
And,
Yeah.
and this is not a problem unique to the Dairy Queen in Midlothian. Plenty of places have a single bathroom.
Veracruz, Smoothie Plus, Starbucks, all 3 of those.
Yeah.
The list, we could go on forever. Right?
I made a list up
Yeah.
while I was talking to her.
There you go. And I happen to know you're correct about those.
Yep.
If you don't lock the door, it's a small bathroom. It's a 1-holer. And if you don't lock that door, someone can come in. So this isn't a problem with Dairy Queen. It's not a problem with Midlothian. This is a problem with teaching your child how to use a public restroom.
And that's what I said. I
Yes.
said, this isn't a bathroom issue. This is a guardian issue. And now I'm parent shaming.
According to the
According
lady.
to a
Did
different
somebody
lady.
actually say parent shaming?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I
I'm
can't
parent
wait to wade
shaming.
back into that one.
Yeah. Anyway, so at least one influential person's wife stepped up and said, "I believe if there's 2 bathrooms, then it should be a girls and a boys
All right, hang
bathroom."
on. Wait, influential. What do you mean by influential?
I mean,
There's a list of people that are well known around the town, either through their involvement in social media,
a commander's wife.
A commander's wife, like a police officer's wife. Okay,
Nobody we've
Okay.
had here.
All right, yeah. So
I just want to throw anybody.
they
under the
don't
bus.
mean nothing to me. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
not
Doesn't-
Chris is
does-
what she's saying.
Yeah,
No,
not Chris.
But I know
Not
I know them really
yeah.
well, and they're not like that. But I don't care who you are, and you're not any better, and I don't think you have any authority over what's going on.
I don't think she was trying to say it that way.
According to the ADA, it has to
Yeah.
be handicap accessible.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. It
Yeah.
doesn't specify how many you have to have.
Yep.
As long as you have a handicap accessible restroom.
This is what I'm saying.
And at the size of our Dairy Queen, I'm
And
not
that-
sure we really need.
Yeah,
more than one
and
bathroom
let's
anyway.
just examine how much business they actually do. I mean, it's not like this place is jam packed. Now the drive-through, yes. Inside, no.
yeah, so they were like,
They've managed to run me off for a while. Somebody will have to report back great things about this Dairy Queen before I go again.
Well,
I don't know,
they have
but-
new owners now, so
Oh, do they?
yeah.
Okay.
We used to be friends with the guy whose family owned it, extended family, and he owns one up in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and he's a good guy. But I have since learned that that they sold out to another person, and
that
things
person
have
went and
changed.
talked on that thread and was like, "Here's the reason we did it."
Yeah,
Because
Wait.
there wasn't a complaint that it was a family bathroom. It was the complaint that if you opened the door, there were stalls inside of it, and it led you to believe that it wasn't a family bathroom. What family bathroom has stalls in it? And they were like, "Well, we thought that maybe
That one.
separate gender parents or guardians might be taking their kids and both need to go to the bathroom." And I was like, "There are times that my children, I don't want them up in my business. I'm sorry.
right.
I appreciate this. Thank you,
Yeah.
Dairy Queen."
Well,
Yeah.
we're never short of fun stories about somebody getting upset at something trivial in the city. So
So how about the new rules that Midlothian Talk have in place?
Oh,
Have you seen the new rules?
yeah. I mean, they're
I think
not. They're not much different than what they were.
I think it's just everything need to be revisited. That way, it's brought to people's attention that there is guidelines that you need to follow, and if
Yeah.
you can't follow the guidelines, then bye bye.
Oh, absolutely.
And I actually think they should put on there if you are publicly accosted in a Starbucks that you need to be kicked off forever too.
Well, that was done before that, so but I think that didn't help anyone's case on if they ever would decide they want to back in. And the bottom line is we want that to be a community place, where neighbors see each other online and talk about what's going on in the city, and just like real life neighbors who live next door to each other, sometimes you're going to get some adversarial relationships. And
didn't Robert Frost talk about a poem about that? Good neighbors make good fences.
Close.
Yes.
Something like that.
Good fences make good neighbors.
That's what it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
But also, yeah. Good fences make good neighbors.
Yeah, but sometimes
keep away.
fences don't help. There are difficult people out there. You just need to learn how to deal with them. That's all there is to it. And so I think everybody has the right to have an opinion on something, but having an opinion on something doesn't make it a particularly valuable opinion. And it's kind of funny to me when someone will post a really short, terse,
You're wrong.
sometimes vulgar insult of somebody and then get upset when it gets deleted, as if like
Right.
why would that was a really valuable thing I posted, why did you delete it? I'm like, well, it wasn't.
Oh, my favorite was somebody called me out on a different one of the stepchildren.
Midlothian Talk 2, Midlothian Talk 3, Midlothian
Yeah,
Talk
all the way through the
33 and a
70.
third.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the one.
One of those.
There's Midlothian Talk 11.
Yeah. Anyway, there's two Midlothian Talk 2.0s right now. Did you know that?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
one's a group and one is something else. It's a page maybe.
They were both.
No, they're both
groups.
Can you
groups.
do-
There's two
can-
groups.
You can do groups with the same name.
Yes.
So why can't we do a Midlothian Talk group with just the
There
name
are
Midlothian
other
Talk?
Midlothian Talk groups. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Not
you
that we want
can.
to. I'm just
And
wondering.
they all have like 24 people in it,
Yeah.
So people want to go to the one that's like 30-something thousand people.
And they click 24.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
the person that got kicked off and then they because they didn't
Yeah.
play nice in Sandbox.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
So-
we started Midlothian Buzz, but we didn't start it for that reason. We just needed something else because there was a Waxahachie Buzz, and we saw there was a lot of traction there, so we wanted something similar. And
Oh, I have no problems with somebody standing up one that just says, "Hey, we're gonna be different."
Yeah.
Yeah.
we started Cement City Chatter, and it's actually gonna be Cement City something else. I can't remember what it was, but you're the one that's recommended the name Chatter.
Yep.
So
Because
we,
it's
we started Cement City Chatter because we were going to do the podcast, and since then we have Cement City Chatter, the page, and then we have the Cement
She
City
likes
Chatter podcast,
alliteration.
the podcast page.
It is
and then-
alliterative.
yeah,
I do like alliteration. I mean, my comment's still there. It says, "Hey, you missed out on an opportunity for alliteration."
Well,
A what?
I honestly,
Alliteration.
I mean, I honestly really actually like the
Yeah. What?
Stars just started the game, and I have what's called a Budweiser Light. So I set it to the Stars game. So whenever the Stars score,
Yep.
everyone that has watched previous seasons of the podcast,
I've
they'll-
seen the
I
light
used
go
to
off.
set it in the middle of the table. And
Oh,
whenever the
yeah.
Stars scored, the light goes off, and
Yep.
we'd all and at one point we would take shots. We had like a drinking game. So every time the Stars scored, everyone had to take a shot.
Well, this year would be easier.
Yeah. Well, we don't have a
Easier.
bartender here making us shots now. So
I was gonna say it'd be easier to drive home. Is what I'm saying. We might all walk out completely stone faced, sober. Especially if they're talking about overtime. Overtime has not been good to the Stars this year.
What are the Stars?
hockey.
second place.
And okay.
Overtime,
And overtime? Oh, well, fine. Maybe not the one that I am.
Yeah, we're going to playoffs. So
Okay.
there's definitely I'm a season ticket holder, so I should know. I
mean,
haven't been able to go. I've been selling them because I've been busy with puppies, but we're almost into that.
Speaking of puppies, last year, I decided to get a corgi, and like, this isn't really related to the podcast. It's just like a little story. And mine is named Jolene, and everyone I meet is like, oh, did you name her after the Dolly Parton song? And I'm just like, no, it just popped into my head. And now what's even funnier is obviously they're puppies. They're going to chew up stuff. So we call mine the Ripper.
Yeah. Yep. So what are you doing with Jolene?
I am currently training her to be a service dog for a diabetic alert dog.
Yeah. So what they can smell the ketosis or ketones in your breath?
It's some, I can't remember what the name. There's a very specific odor. It's an alcohol odor that your body produces when your body's low.
So most people who listen to the show don't know who you are.
Yeah.
So who are you?
So who are you?
I am her son.
Nuh-uh.
Are you
Oh,
sure?
well.
Did you take a DNA test?
I don't know.
No, hang on. Come back. Do it again. Do they look alike?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a type 1 diabetic. I've been a type 1 diabetic since I was 10 months old.
Yep.
So I haven't really known anything differently. So I go to this diabetic camp called Camp Sweeney, and it's like a really big camp. They've been going for
Like a summer camp type of thing?
it's a summer camp, 3 weeks.
What do you do at Camp Sweeney?
We do activities during the day, and we have one at night activity, and then we have a snack at night, and then we lay down and watch a movie.
Okay, so what kind of challenges do you have being type 1? I mean, a lot of people really don't understand. So can you maybe fill them in exactly what kind of challenges you face day to day?
Well, I have to deal with blood sugar. I have to deal with carbs. I have to make sure I bolus correctly.
What is that? What is
Bolus is when I give insulin through my pump. Hold on, let me figure out.
You have a
never
pump
mind.
on you too?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
We just switched it, so it's probably in a place
it's
that's
on my
inappropriate to show.
leg.
Yeah.
But and I have to like check my blood sugar, which I can show you the device.
Yeah, it's on your arm.
Yeah, it's this.
Uh-huh.
This is my Dexcom, and it just like wirelessly
Connects to your
Yes.
phone.
Yes.
Is it like a Bluetooth connection?
Yep, like that.
Okay. Let me see. So right now it shows that your blood sugar is 111.
111.
Well, that's a good level, right?
Yeah.
100 is pretty much the target, right?
Okay.
Yeah, like
Unicorn 100, right?
we say that a perfect 100 is like seeing a unicorn. So every time I see that, I just screenshot it.
That's great.
So you said carbs. So PFC, what does that stand for? Is first food?
It stands for 2 things. 1, proteins, fats, and carbohydrates.
Which is part of what?
A good diet.
Yeah, the American Diabetes Association
Yeah.
diet for diabetics.
And then in camp means like Camp Sweeney, it means perseverance, faith, and courage.
Okay.
So while you're so when you got Jolene, we decided that because he's 12 and hopefully in the next 6 years he's going to be doing something outside of our house that
It doesn't help that I'm homeschooled.
no, I meant you'll be leaving. You'll be moving out. You'll be moving on up to the big time. Anyway, so we decided that we wanted to get you something to make you more independent. Something that would wake you up because you sleep like the dead, man.
I do. And like my alarms for my phone are not quiet. They are loud, and I never wake up to them.
So we need something to jump on your face.
I think that's
Yes.
I think that's pretty much like all. I mean, my sons were the same way. I mean, I could literally go in there with the pot and pan and just beat the hell out of it, and they just wouldn't. They wouldn't wake up. I would go in there and scream at the top of my lungs, and they would just like the dead. I mean,
I've got 4 kids. My oldest one, when she would go stay with her friends, they'd have like a girl sleepover or whatever. Her friends would literally grab her own arm and start smacking her face with her own hand, and she wouldn't wake up. I mean,
Wait, what?
yeah, so like she'd be out cold sleeping, and they would grab her arm and start smacking her face with her own hand, like a puppet, and she wouldn't wake up.
so I bet if you're really excited about something, that like the next day that you have no problem getting up.
Yeah, it also does help that they take the dogs outside, and because they're puppies and
Yeah.
corgis, they're energetic, so when they want to wake me up, they just let them loose in my room and they jump on my stomach
Oh yeah.
every morning. And
100%. Best wake up call ever.
it is like, especially since like it's my dog. I love her.
Well, how did you get her?
I saved up for her with my own money. She was like $500. I was in debt for a little bit.
You were in debt for a
Take
little
a bond for it.
Yes.
bit. Was there an election
Here we
process?
go. Here we go. Bond stuff again.
Did you have a bond committee?
Sure. I don't exactly know what that is.
Well, funny you should mention it.
I gotta
Oh,
fix
no,
my
got two
camera.
people
You
here.
guys
No.
take over.
So, okay. So, what did you do? So, what brings you to the show today?
I am here to talk about Boy Scouts because I am a member of the troop 512 troop in Midlothian here.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So, what rank are you in Boy Scouts?
I'm currently scout, which is like it's the first rank you get. But this Monday I should move up to Tenderfoot, which is like the second rank.
Do you know how many ranks there are? You can count them on your fingers if you need to, because I would have to.
Yeah, there's a lot. So there's Scout, Tenderfoot, second class, first class, Star, Life, and Eagle.
Yep.
So that's 7 in total.
Like being an Eagle Scout is actually quite
Yeah.
an accomplishment, and that's,
it is.
something.
Yeah, like that's something you want to put on your resume. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like they're just like, oh, you're an Eagle Scout, and that will really help.
You get to go in. If
there's a
you're in,
lot of famous people in very high leadership positions in corporations and the government who were Eagle Scouts, right?
Yeah.
So, do you know what number I normally tell you about Congress? How many congressmen are Eagle Scouts?
No,
It's something like 75% of Congress.
that's a lot.
And not only that, you can, if you enlist.
Wait a
in-
minute. So, isn't it part of being an Eagle Scout? What's the credo? Is it like pride, integrity, or?
go ahead. Go ahead and say your Scout motto. I'll sit. I'll wait.
Which one?
Go. Let's go. Do this. The oath.
Well, I know the whole
There's-
on my honor to do my duty,
but
to
yeah,
guard my
what is
country.
a scout? A scout is.
A Scout. So that's the Scout law. Right?
Yes, that's the scout.
So
law.
this one's the Scout law. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. I may have gotten that mixed up a little
Is the
bit.
word honest in there?
Trustworthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, but now these are certainly things that we want our leaders to aspire to.
Exactly. I'm just saying, if you're going to be an Eagle Scout, then don't you think you should follow the rules that everybody
Like-
else has to follow?
And it's
right.
like it's something that you learn right off the bat. One of the requirements for Scout is to learn the Scout oath and law, and like if you don't learn them, you cannot progress at all.
Did you know that if you enlist in the military as an Eagle Scout, you automatically rank up a little bit?
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you won't be an officer or anything, but I believe you would go in as an E2 or E3.
Tim, do you know?
No.
You absolutely know
Whoa, whoa! The brainiac doesn't know something. We got him.
that is. Here it is. Hold on. I'll just type in
The military
Eagle
has sent my family around the world multiple times,
Scouts.
but I can tell you how to become an officer. That's about it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's different.
Yeah, go to college.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
You can either be an ROTC while you're in college, or
It's an
become a
E.
90-day wonder and go through OCS.
If you enlist, you are immediately an E3.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nice.
Like
I think that gets you an additional $12 a month.
Probably. Maybe even one extra meal at the MS. Who knows?
yeah.
Well,
And
there's
like,
a lot of stuff that you don't have to do when you are an officer. Like you don't go through boot camp, right? Like
Yeah,
the
no,
rest
you
of
do.
them.
You
Yeah,
do.
that's what OCS is,
yeah.
and ROTC has their own camp. They don't call it boot camp; they actually just call it camp, and it takes place between your second and third year of college.
Okay.
That's if you go through
ROTC.
Is there okay? For instance, Dorian can't enlist.
yeah, because
Disqualifying condition.
because my diabetes, they just immediately reject me. 'Cause
But
liability.
is there a benefit if he went through are like ROTC, and I mean they
No,
can't turn them away in high school, and they can't, I don't know if they can in college.
Junior ROTC in high school, there's no military commitment there. You
Yeah.
do military-esque things, and then when you go on to ROTC, the first 2 years as a cadet, you're not obligated to any sort of military service, and you can't go in. At the end of your second year, you basically commit to going to the military, and they send you off to boot camp. Those, in your case, medical disqualifications would still apply. It doesn't matter whether it's enlisted or officer. That's for just being in the military period.
Yeah.
Did you know that
A lot of those things change, though. It used to be certain vision conditions would
now
exclude
that's
you.
what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Diabetes now, if you are diagnosed while enlisted, or an officer, doesn't matter, whatever, while you are in service, they will keep you.
Yeah.
But if you're diagnosed beforehand, it is disqualifying condition.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, wow.
Be
And there are a lot. There are like 3 groups of things. There are medical conditions that are okay. There are medical conditions that are permanent disqualifications beforehand. There are ones that they can treat, and if you're already in the military, they've already invested in you, and they feel like you can. They may not. You may not be able to re-enlist in some cases, or stay in longer, but that doesn't mean they're immediately going to put you out. So.
like the most I know about the military is Call of Duty and Captain America.
Yeah.
I mean, Captain America
fair.
is a good example of what is everything that is right in America. I think it's only the things that are right in America.
There's still some.
Who's the most famous Eagle Scout you know?
Oh, I don't know.
I honestly don't. Yeah, I really don't.
Okay. The one that comes to my mind, one of the most famous astronauts ever. Anyone?
Neil Armstrong?
Yeah.
Nice.
Really?
Yep.
There you go.
Oh, we toured the Space Center last time. You really enjoyed that,
Yes,
didn't you?
we did.
At least one president has been an Eagle Scout.
Dwight David Eisenhower was.
Oh, was he? Okay.
I believe so.
So,
All right.
oh,
Gerald Ford.
I just got a perfect 100.
Oh, perfect one
All
there.
right,
He took
good for
a
you.
screenshot. Steven Spielberg is,
No kidding.
according
All
to
right.
and so is Harrison Ford.
All right.
Sources from the web.
Han Solo's an Eagle Scout?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, he shot first. Duh.
He was prepared.
Yeah.
H. Ross Perot.
So while we're on the subject of astronauts, I have stuff to show that some pictures of the original Apollo 11 command center. So hold on, I'm getting
Oh,
there
before
we
you
go.
get, oh, go ahead. He took pictures.
Hang on. Let me transition. Okay. Go
Okay.
ahead.
This is something it was really cool. So when
Yeah,
we went
it's-
to the
it's that's-
Kennedy Space Center, they did a thing. He's doing it based on what it looks like here. Okay.
Oh.
So you go into mission control and it's still active, but
Oh,
only the
that's just
second
another
floor is
picture.
still active.
Yeah.
So because it's an active federal building, you have to put your belongings down, you put them on a table and leave them there. You go up
Yeah.
to the 3rd floor, which was the old mission control, and they've completely redone it down to like the ashtrays.
Yeah,
with
some of the ashtrays are still original.
Oh, all of them
Oh,
are
really?
still original, but they had cigarette butts in them. They had the ash cans where you dump your ashtray. They had the original chairs that they had redone with the ashtrays built into the back, and they were very, very, very adamant. Do not put your feet on the chairs. Do not play with the ashtrays. They might fall out. But you watch this. They had choreographed the whole
Yeah,
thing.
they I'm not sure if it's original footage or not.
It was. Yeah.
It would, yeah. So they showed Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin on the moon, and
But it was also the cool computer layouts. They did it
they
real
still-
time.
yeah, like real time stuff, and like it would have the like comms on it, like it would be like yeah,
Yep.
Oh wow.
like stuff like that. It was really cool, and I got to go because I was technically in Boy Scouts at the time, but I still did stuff with my Cub Scout pack, which is right below. It's like
So you have Cub
it's,
Scouts.
yeah, it's
and
it's
then,
Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts.
It's kind of age based, right?
Yeah, it's age based.
whereas Boy Scouts is all merit based.
Yeah. Like example, with Cub Scouts, I was thrown into the deep end because I didn't start like at the bottom. I started at the very top.
Oh, that's true because of your age. Yep.
Yeah, because of my age, I started as a Weeblo when I should have started as a bear.
Oh, okay. We won't get into that. But
Yeah, but
so you go from Cub Scouts to Boy Scouts. Do you know what the age range is on Boy Scouts?
it's like 12
That's
to like
The very last.
it's like 10 to 12 that you can enter, and then it's like all the way until you're like 18.
You have to have everything completed before you're 18.
Yeah. And like what's good about Boy Scouts, what I really like about it, they're still including the like highest ranking people in it, because like I just went on a camp out. It was the medieval camp out. It was so fun. We got to build like cardboard armor and cardboard weapons.
Oh yeah, I saw a picture.
Yeah,
of you dressed up
and
in
then-
your cardboard suit of armor.
Yeah, I upgraded that thing. It's like she punched at, and it didn't feel good. I don't know if it did, but like that thing was tough by the end, and it was Monty Python. So what's funny is they bought coconuts,
And
cut
went
them
on
in half, scooped out the insides, dried them, and then on the way somebody had to go,
Did
on their hike.
yeah,
did a sparrow come and take them away?
no.
So who was the first Eagle Scout? Did they make you learn that? In what year?
No, they
Really?
really
About first Eagle Scout. Who was the first scout? Who founded Scouts? You should know this.
they don't tell me this. They just tell me. They just plot me down with my book and tell me.
Well, people
this,
can look
these are
that
the
stuff
ranks.
up. What do you want to do in Scouts?
Honestly, I want to get all the merit badges and get
Absolutely all of them,
yeah, I'm going to
including
try.
hiking.
Except that I
What-
hate
what-
hiking.
What
I
is
hate
your
it.
favorite merit badge that you've earned so far?
That would probably be dog care, or
Okay.
dog care or animation.
Okay. Now speaking of
Oh,
dog
hang
care,
on. Yeah, you have a business.
Oh
And
yes,
you're one of my
Yeah.
I'm your customer. Tell us about your business.
So I scoop dog poop for money, and I make a lot doing it. Like just from last week, I made $80,
Mm-hmm.
but that's divided. That's divided up. 40% to spend, 40% to save, and then the rest to give for like.
now your parents do a really good job of. They have you on what, like the Dave Ramsey envelopes and things like that, right?
We used to do envelopes, not buckets. But
Yeah,
yes,
but-
same.
Okay.
Same.
Technically, it's buckets, but most of the time it's on my phone.
Yeah,
like
it's electronic now because
yeah, hold on.
it's 2023.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the app is called Busy Kids, and
but
because
you're learning to save. You're learning
Yeah.
how to spend wisely, save for what you want, which is how you wound up with
Okay, so you got
purebred corgi.
yeah,
that
so you
paid
got
for yourself.
40% for savings, 40%
40%
to spend. What's the other? Where's the other 20% go?
to give. It's just like for like charity and stuff.
Oh, I like that.
Charity, and we
So-
also
Yeah,
allow
we also use it for gifts.
we
Okay.
let him use it as his gift fund, like for birthday presents and for Christmas presents. But he does also donate to charity.
Yeah, I think that's important to know that
Yeah.
because we kind of skipped over that, but to me that is very admirable. Yeah, you know what I mean. I grew up from Lothian.
Yeah. But like I have saved up for a lot of things. I saved up for my Nintendo Switch. I saved up for my Xbox. I saved up.
You
Which
and I got
Xbox?
an Xbox at the same time, huh?
Yes.
What one did you get? Tell John he just got one.
I got the Series X.
I got the XC. I've got an S right there, and then I have the Series X in the house.
But what
Yeah.
what all did you get with your ex?
I got a game, an extra controller, and then the console.
Do you play Forza?
I do not play Forza because I am terrible at driving on that controller.
I can't wait to get my license.
I got the Harry Potter, the Hogwarts one.
Oh yes, Hogwarts Legacy.
And I got the first two classes down. Now I'm sitting in the middle of a big hall and I don't know where to go.
Oh,
I'm sure Dorian can tell you.
I found the moth and I put him back in the picture, and that's the last big event that I
we've
had.
not played that at all.
I have
want
not.
to.
I'm saving up for it, but like, so while we're speaking on Hogwarts Legacy, there was like almost like a mass cancel culture thing that we talked about it.
Oh, let's not get into that.
Okay.
Let's just not get into that.
It's a whole nother thing, but
Yeah,
y'all,
they did try to cancel.
Yeah.
People do not like J.K. Rowling. It's okay.
Yeah,
Let's just not get into that.
there's like
you know,
a-
it's
I know
it's
why,
okay
and
for,
it's-
for
yeah.
people
Yeah.
to just enjoy someone's works. So it's fine.
yeah,
There's a lot of people out there that have a lot of problems with a lot of people. It's
yeah.
whatever.
It-
There's a lot of people that
So,
just have too much time on
If
their hands.
somebody wants to join Boy Scouts, how would they go about doing that? Well, or where do y'all meet?
We meet at the hut, we call it. It's right by Scoops.
well,
Like
it's,
Midland
it's,
Scoops.
it's in between the Mile and J.R. Urban.
Yeah,
It's at the corner of Walter Stevenson and Fifth.
No.
Not Walter. It's
first 73.
It's Fifth
and
and,
Fifth.
73. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm like,
So-
no.
This is related to the camp out. I was recently grub master.
What does that mean?
Grub master is the person who will buy all the food and like get
And
all
makes
the
the
money.
menu?
Yeah, get all the money from the scouts to buy the food. Like this time, so we went to Town Talk in Arlington.
Yeah.
But what happened was
It's a discount grocery store
Yes,
for those people who don't know.
yeah, it's a discount grocery store. It's like where
It's wise spending.
yeah, we saved a lot.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. He had budgeted $200 and it came in under, but we ended up spending that on campus centers. We would have been over if we
Yeah.
hadn't done that.
Oh wow.
Anyway, okay, so at the hut, 5th and Spur 73, what days? If you're a boy,
If you're a boy, is Monday
at what time?
It starts at 7, ends at 8.
8:30.
8:30.
And if you're a girl, which is 215,
Wait a minute. A
512.
girl what?
Yeah,
A girl Boy Scout.
yeah.
BSA.
Girls,
Sorry.
girl Boy Scout.
You know
It's a
what?
thing now.
We'll have an off-camera discussion about that, or
Well,
maybe
so-
another
so
part.
So they
Here's the
rebranded.
thing.
They rebranded to BSA because they're
Okay.
not Boy Scouts of America anymore.
Yeah.
Can a boy become a Girl Scout?
I don't know if they
Yeah,
let.
I mean-
I'm
I don't
just
know,
asking
but-
a question.
So-
It's a
so
valid
he-
question.
I
if you-
really have no
if you-
idea.
If you're a girl and you want to do things like camp instead of selling cookies, if you want to hike instead of,
if you want a pocket knife.
yeah,
Yes.
then you
So
join the
his
Boy
sister,
Scouts.
his sister is and she's in Cub Scouts. She's a wolf
Yeah, she's
because she wants to learn how to tie knots and have a pocket knife and go hiking and fishing. Girl Scouts is a different program. It focuses on entrepreneurship, a little bit of outdoorsmanship, but less outdoors stuff.
it's more
Yeah.
selling cookies.
Let's not
I'm kidding.
downplay
I'm
the
kidding.
the Girl Scouts, and let's just say it's a different program altogether.
That's yeah.
Man,
But-
I'm telling you,
but-
they are some cookie hustlers. Let me
They
tell you.
are.
I had this
But-
one I thought was going to wrestle me to the ground the other day because I wouldn't
I'm
buy her a
gonna
damn
send-
cookie.
I'm gonna send that.
I mean,
TikTok
she
to
chased
you.
me across. She chased me across the parking lot. She says, "I have cookies to sell," and I said, "My
I-
daughter's a Girl Scout." She goes, "You can still buy from me."
I always
and I went, "Oh goodness!" She just give me the total shakedown.
I would be 350 pounds if I bought Girl Scout cookies every time I wanted to,
Mm-hmm.
and so I just when they see me, they see a sucker when they see me.
Yeah.
They know it, and so I just have to tell them I've got my own pusher, and
You've
then
got my own
and then
pusher?
run away.
Yeah, but so back to the
Okay, but 7:00
Yeah.
if you want to do join 512.
Yeah.
And I think it's also 7:00 on Tuesdays if you
Yeah.
want to join 215.
it's just like it's opposite days. It's Monday then Tuesday.
okay,
All right.
well that's awesome.
Well,
So-
Dorian, thank you so much for joining us. It's really, educational for you to come on here and tell us about the Boy Scouts. It is, they've been through some controversy of late, but it is
A
still
lot.
a fantastic organization.
Absolutely.
And we hope that you succeed with everything that you're trying to accomplish. Who knows? Maybe you will be an Eagle Scout and a president.
Wow, that's setting high standards.
That's so
Well, you know what?
scary.
You're smart enough. You can do anything you want to.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
You are smart enough. You can do things you want to.
You already monopolized the dog poop industry in Midlothian, so there you go.
Yeah. I get $50 from 1 yard.
Yeah, your dad was telling me about that. It kind
It's a
of
big yard, though.
it kind of
That's also
It's a bit-
shamed me a little bit. It's like I threw in the tip just because I felt guilty.
No.
It's 50 because
It could be a lot. It's a
a
flat rate. We can
yeah,
negotiate
it's
this
a
rate.
it's
Yeah.
a flat
What
rate.
is the name of your business?
Does dog poop scoop?
Well, I thought it was Dorian's
how
dog
do they
duty
get-
I
duty.
don't.
How do they
But
get a
he's
hold
like, I don't
of
wanna
you?
say
More
duty.
importantly, how do they get a hold of you?
Contact his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Facebook. That's usually how
I'm
it is.
fairly certain everybody in Midlothian knows how to get a hold of Tiffany.
I mean,
so.
This
There's a
just turned
way.
into an ad.
This is turned into an ad. They're trying to give you the props, man.
That's
I-
right. You owe me $20 on the table for a sponsorship when you leave. Well, Dorian, thank you for coming. We really appreciate it. And
Yeah.
you know what? I really admire you. You're a good kid, and you got a good head on your shoulders, and I know you got good parents. So I know you're gonna rock this world. Let me tell you. Thank you for coming on.
Yep, guys, we're out of
Yep.
time. Thank you so much. And coming up next, our interview with
Mike Rogers.
Mike Rogers,
Yep, and hopefully, and I think
place two candidate.
yep.
Mike Rogers.
And Rob the Mouth should be here.
Rob
He's
Mouth,
coming now.
we expect him
Is
to be
he
here in
on
minutes.
his way?
Yeah, he is.
Hopefully.
Oh,
All right,
wow.
guys.
All right.
We'll talk to you later. Thank
We're
you.
out.